you're new to my channel, my name's Judy Green and I'm a retired teacher, a wife, a mother of four, and I've discovered that in my retirement I really love skincare and makeup. And so I'm going to review the products that I love. So this is a little bit of a lengthy video. And so I'm just going to go through and tell you what I do. So on my skin, I have Ramon Skincare. I started with the skin spray, and so this is called the booster, and then you follow it with this serum, and so I just pat that all around and then spray again with the booster, and that holds that in. And then they have this really luxurious moisturizer. Mine's almost gone, so time to reorder. And then at nighttime, I do the cleansing routine, which I'll show you in another video. But those three things are how I start my day. And then I love, let me do this next. This is a Pomifera product, which I also love Pomifera. This is the Restore mask. And so it's a little bit gritty. It's brown. Just need a little bit. And once a week, I put that all over my face while I'm in the shower. And it just is a very good product to kind of boost your skin, get rid of the dead skin cells. And so kind of a re-boost of your skin for the week, if you want to do that on a Sunday or something. But anyway, I love that product. And then also from Pomifera, I use the Youth BB Cream, and this is in the shade medium. And so this is my sunscreen, and it has 30 SPF, and it goes really well with Saint makeup, which you know I love. So another one you can use is Glow Screen. This one gives a glowy, shimmery look to your skin, which will really make a pretty skin tone when you get your makeup on. Or they also have a matte. Now this one comes in 40 SPF. So these two are 40. I get them off Amazon, and both those products are really good for the summertime. You need to wear your skin sunscreen if you're not doing that. All right, and then of course there's Saint products. So this is my spray that I use to fix my makeup with. And then there's lots of products from Saint. They are having a sale, holiday sale, so new releases of things that are coming out for you. There's a advent calendar with beautiful shades. I've shown that on a couple other videos. Of course, they have the Travel Pilot brush. This brush breaks down, so it's dual-sided, and then it breaks down. And then you've got an eyeshadow on that end and an eyeshadow on that one, or a small brush that you can use for other areas. Great for travel. That and a compact, and you're ready to go. Sponges are great for taking the residue, or if you put too much makeup on, or to set your makeup, use a damp sponge. You can spray it with a setting spray, or you can use setting powder. So that's also from Saint, which I use every day. And then of course Saint has a multitude of brushes. They're all dual-ended. This one is the 3D brush. Oh my goodness, hair on it. This is the 3D brush. I use this all the time for my main shades. And this is my other favorite, the bronzer and blush brush that is also really good. So lots of brushes, but again, the Saint sale that they're having for the holidays, there's black cherry lipstick. It also comes in a lip tin. There's Ever Red that they brought back for the holidays. Beautiful. I do not have Ever Red, but I do have black cherry, and I've shown a couple videos of the looks on Instagram if you want to follow me over there at Judy's_redhead beauty. Love to see you there. And then all the links are available for you to shop either Saint or Pomifera or Ramon, and you can get a free color match from me anytime, and I'll help you with selecting your shades, and then you're ready to shop. And then They will have a Black Friday sale. I just don't know yet what the items are, but I'm sure they're going to be great. So anyway, let's get started. On my skin, I just have my skincare, and then I did put a little bit of Demi color, which is this color right here, to kind of camouflage or disguise my very dark circles that I have. So you want to do opposite colors there. And then I always start out with my bronzer. Today I'm going to use Bella bronzer, and I just warm up my face. And, you know, I still like to look kind of glowy, even though today we have a rainy day. It's supposed to rain. I live in California, so it's really nice to have the rain. But since we had all those devastating fires last January in Southern Cal, I live in Northern Cal, so I'm not affected by it, but they don't want all the rain because of the flash floods and the landslides that they'll probably have. But anyway, on to better news. So that's that. You just do a little bit of wash, and then this is the contour brush. I like to use it for contouring, of course. And of course, you can always just use one brush. People do it all the time. So you would just start blending your lightest shade with one end of the brush and then work up to your darker ones. I don't usually do my makeup like that, where you paint your face in the areas. This is 3D makeup, so you're not applying layer after layer on top of each other. Each shade, these are called highlights, goes in a specific area. So I just like put my contour wherever you would want a shadow. And of course you can contour your nose. I don't always do that, but a little more precisely if you wanted to really carve out your nose. And then back to this brush, the 3D brush. This is my main shade, and so I just put that where I didn't put contour or bronzer, and you just buff it into your skin. So you don't want a lot of product, and you just buff that in like that. Tap, tap in your palette. You don't want a lot of product. And if you get too much, you just kind of swirl it around and keep buffing it until you get the coverage that you want. If you want a buildable product, this is it. You can do a very full coverage makeup look with this, but I just really love it. I'm 63, almost 64 in January, and between the skincare and Saint, I just think my skin looks so much better than it did, 5 years ago. I wish I had this makeup when I was teaching. It would have made my life so much simpler. Everything fits in a compact middle tray. I have all the shades of lip and cheek that I love. And then these are not the new shades. These are all the shades I usually wear. So anyway, so after you do that, then you can take your other end of the 3D brush and you can go into, I've got another hair hanging on. I've recently had a hair shed that was just terrible. Anyway, this is your highlight. It goes down the center of your face. And of course you blend everything out. Here, wherever you want highlight. I like to do a little bit here, and I'll blend that out real carefully. You want to lift everything up, okay? All right, let's see, what else do I need? Okay, so that's all of that. And then on to lip and cheeks. And so I have quite a few. I haven't done one in a while. Let's see, what would I choose? I seem to always wear the same ones. Don't tell anybody. All right, let's try Madrid. Madrid looks like that. It's right here. This one looks good on everyone. And for fall, it goes well with the color palette. I recently had my colors done. I am a soft autumn, and I can wear soft summer, which is nice, and I can also wear some true autumn colors. And my daughter, which is interesting, she does not have the same coloring as I do, you know, with the red hair, although it looks real gray on top. She is a true autumn, and so she does have green eyes, but she has chestnut brown hair. So there's lots of red highlights in it, but she definitely has brown hair and a different skin tone. She doesn't wear the same shade of saint that I wear. So, you know, it's just interesting. Oh, I just used the wrong end. Okay, if that ever happens, you just buff it out. Oh, we'll just leave that video part in. All right, so then for lips, they do have a lot of new products. Let me grab some of the new ones. Oh, just a second. Oh, my drawer. Sorry about this. The new shades, we have a whole bunch of lip gelatos. Sorry, that was not good. All right, this one is called Dolce. These are so cool. You just twist them up and they glide on, and they're super smooth, and they're just really lovely. All kinds of shades. Those are also available on the website. And they stay on. You can eat and drink, and these just stay. They're really nice. So very beautiful on the lips. Lots of colors. Everybody can find one that works for them. Okay, on to eyes. I feel like I'm doing a lot. This is the brush that I use for my eyebrows. I had my eyebrows nano fusion done back in March. Best thing ever. I don't have to fill in my eyebrows. I do wear Lashify. These are fluffy lights if you're interested in chocolate. I don't have a link for that, but you can find one on their app or the Facebook, and they have a Facebook group that's really lovely to join into. All right, so let's do some eyeshadows. I'm not gonna play with the new eye colors today. These are all of my eyeshadows again. This is a color tile sponge that you can clean your brushes with, and then you can dip into other colors. So I did prep my eyes with a little bit of my main shade, and then I'm just setting them with Cupcake. And this is what I do to start my eye looks every day. And it just makes the eyeshadows stay on a little better. And then I'm gonna dip into Chai, which is this right here. You can see it's well loved. And I'm just going to swish that back and forth. And just for simplicity, I'm going to do just 2 eyeshadows today. I think we get too complicated sometimes, especially on older women. Not that you can't wear 4 shadows. If you want to wear a bunch of shadows, you can. I mean, I do occasionally, but for just a very simple eyeshadow look, do 2 colors and easy, okay? This next one that I'm gonna show you is Hot Chocolate. It's one of the favorites by most everyone. It looks good on every eye color. This is what it looks like. It's a little shimmer. And it doesn't matter your age. If you like shimmers and glitter, by all means, wear it. Life's too short to go by rules and what other people think. So I don't know if it really picks up on there, but it's one of my favorites. And then of course, take your brush and just kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. Now you can line your eyes if you want. I like to do something else. I take this brush. It's not a Saint brush, but you can't. They do have one that is for small areas, but I really like this one because it is angled. And so I take the color Philly, which is this matte brown. And then I'll try to do this here. I don't know if I can look and do it at the same time, but I take it and I just do the inner corner. And see the difference between this eye, where the eyelash, the last one, was placed, the gossamer, and then it just finishes it, and it just looks a lot better when you do something like that. And then of course, you know, you could line your eyes, you can tight line, you can do a little wing. For just daytime looks, I rarely ever do a wing. Also, I have lots of texture. I am 63, and so doing eyeliner and wings just doesn't fit my lifestyle. So anyway, that's just a little tip that you can do. And so that's the look. I'm not going to bother you with the other eye. I'll do that off camera so I look normal when I'm done. But setting spray, spray it on your damp sponge, and then just go around and pat off any extra where you might have gotten a little heavy-handed. And you just want to make sure that everything is set. And of course, you could do this with powder. We have a setting powder that's lovely. It's whatever look you want, okay? And so that's all of my favorites for today. So again, links are in my bio. You can also go over to the IG account and shop there. And so subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you next time.